We now move on and we're looking at opposition lawmakers in India who are demanding answers from Prime Minister Modi's government after 104 Indian immigrants were allegedly mistreated during their deportation from the United States. The deportees sent back on a US military aircraft landed in Amritsar, Punjab, just ahead of President Trump's scheduled meeting with Modi in Washington next week. Reports have emerged claiming that all adult deportees were shackled throughout the flight, subjected to intense scrutiny upon arrival and escorted out in small groups by police. These reports have sparked outrage across political parties in India, with lawmakers raising concerns over the treatment of the deportees, which they describe as disregarding. The issue is being brought to the forefront just as immigration continues to be a sensitive topic in the US-India relations. President Trump's administration has increasingly used military resources to enforce its immigration policies, including deporting migrants via military aircraft and housing them on military bases. The Trump administration has defended these measures as part of its broader immigration agenda. Indians aren't the only ones facing the brunt of Donald Trump's deportation policies. Illegal immigrants from Mexico have faced the same treatment, with them being shackled on flights back. Joining us to discuss this, we have been joined by Surinder Singh Lally, who is an international affairs expert. Thank you very much for your time, Surinder. Do you think this is a behaviour that we're seeing from the states across the board with countries, or do you think this is something specifically that has targeted Indian people and Indian migrants who have been returned?
It's such a pleasure and honour for me to be here. There was a movie in 1997 called Con Air. It's a very famous Nicolas Cage movie in which, they're trying to transport a lot of serious criminals from one part of America to the other. And during that process, these criminals try to take over the plane and they try to run out of the geographical boundaries of North America. Now, why am I telling you this? This is the movie Donald Trump spoke about 3 weeks ago at the GOP Congress convention. And let me quote Donald Trump further. He says, on that plane, there were murderers, drug lords, king of some kind of head of the mob, and gangsters, quote close. Now, what's the similarity between the two? The way, in a very disgraceful, inhumane manner, women, children, and Indians have been packed in a military plane, shackled throughout the flight, with one bathroom on it, and very disgracefully deported back to India. He is playing to the script. He is simply catering to his constituency, where this was part of his election campaign, that he is going to make America safe. And with one brush, he kind of goes and paints every immigrant who's illegal for whatever reasons. And by the way, being illegal in America can be very layered too, but he has painted all of them with one brush. It's not that Indians have not been deported. From 2009 to 2025, 15,721 people have come back, but not in the manner in which Donald Trump has created the optics to his constituency, that I'm here, I mean business, and I will do business at any cost. So this is Donald Trump for the world. This is the mercurial Donald Trump, who can go to any extent to create the optics. And my last concluding point is that I think before he goes lame duck after the midterm, and the courts step into a lot of decision what he's been taking. In the last discussion, Gautam Mukherjee said that he thinks out of the box. On a note of levity, I don't think there is a box for Donald Trump. He can think in any direction. He simply shoots and scoots and sees how it pans out, and then he tries to bring back people on the table. Even with the Israel, the recent comments in Gaza. I mean, this morning, I believe White House backtracked, and said that neither are we willing to put boots on the ground, and nor are we willing to put in the money. And nor has he spoken to, Egypt or Jordan, and Saudi Arabia has also given a statement otherwise.
Yes, Surinder, apologies to interrupt you. I do want to bring it back, of course, to the discussion relating to India, and we are running short on time. Joining us again is Gautam Mukherjee. Gautam, we're looking here at a potential relationship between India and America that seems like it was blossoming. The meeting in Washington with Narendra Modi, of course, taking place there, meeting Donald Trump. Do you think that the treatment of these returnees, potentially spending up to 40 hours shackled, do you think this will play a part in those conversations? And how do you think it might impact US-India relations?
Well, one thing's for sure. I mean, you do not want a Con Air situation. And so keeping them shackled is one way to keep them from doing anything while they're flying back. So I think in that sense, it's a wonderful idea. Perhaps they need to go in planes with more bathrooms and a little more cooperation from the guards should they need to eat or drink or go to the bathroom. But having said that, these illegal immigrants have gone through great pains. They've gone through multiple countries. They've paid a fortune. They've tried to sneak in and they've been caught and they're being deported. And I think it's all fairness. I think we should be doing this to 4 crore Bangladeshis in our country. We don't seem to have the guts to do this kind of thing. However, an opening gambit has been made by the External Affairs Minister in Parliament, who said it is the duty of each country that has its citizens going to other places illegally to accept them back. Now, let's hope Bangladesh feels the same way, because we certainly need to deport one massive quantity of Bangladeshis. As for the Americans deporting not just Indians, but Colombians and Mexicans and all sorts of other people, I say good luck to them.
Gautam Mukherjee and Surinder Singh Lally, thank you very much, both of you, for your time. As, of course, we head towards Modi with meeting Trump, we will, of course, bring you the latest.